What is up, gang? TheeConciseKing here. Welcome back to yet another Apex Legends video. I'm keeping it short, sweet, and concise as always. You guys know how I do. Now in today's video, it feels kind of like a blast from the past because we have here today, guys, another Review the Play, 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 Review the Play. Footage from me, of course, and maybe I'll expand this into accepting some viewer videos to review here in the future. But for now, we are going to continue to poke fun at my mistakes, my wins, my fails, my successes when it comes to battling it out here in the Apex Legends arena. Now, coming off of our last episode, which was, yes, quite a few months ago, you guys got to witness me fail tremendously. I was not able to clutch up my fight for my squad. I knocked about 2 enemies with just 1 left. A fight lost, guys. I know y'all feel me out there, due to the neglect of me not taking advantage of my intuition and the quick, durable tips that'll help us save a lot of time and a lot of work in the stickiest of situations. We don't watch all this Apex Legends content for nothing. So for today's video, I have here lined up some Wattson end game footage where we actually go on to snag the dub. It was probably one of my best in-game usage of Wattson as a defensive legend, and after you guys watch this clip, it kind of don't get no more defensive than this. Now, if you guys are new around the channel, even so much go on to love this video, do not hesitate to leave a like on today's video for my like goal of 15 likes. Have additional feedback? Go ahead and drop a comment below because I ain't never scared. It's just a little confrontation. But it's all love, guys. And once again, thanks for tapping into episode 2 of Review That Play. It's your boy, TheeConciseKing. Let's get right to it.
I can feel the world get farther.
Where do we begin? There are 2 types of end-game scenarios when it comes to playing a defensive legend that you need to be thoroughly aware of in order to support your team for that dub, my peeps. Defensive legends are ideal for end games to me because they defend. They are holding down that position. They're holding down that circle, especially that end game circle. But let's get into type 1. Type 1 in an end game scenario as a defensive legend, you are purely defending your determined territory. That's all it involves. This is heavy early rotation, guys. This is the ultimate setup for you to win this game. That means you and your team have the god tier spot. You're up on high ground. You have that infrastructure / building that you need as a defensive legend. But what does that mean for you? Others will want that spot. So you have to defend your position. You either survive or you die trying. In this situation, think of it as you and your team, you have the circle. No. Think of it as you are the circle. Now, type 2, this is kind of a standard scenario when it comes to playing other legends, but as a defensive legend, it is standard as this. You're picking off your enemies. Type 2 is so different from type 1 because you actually don't have the circle in this scenario. You don't have that god tier spot. There are no buildings around. It's actually equivalent to this clip you guys are watching today. Now, also in this scenario, take into consideration your attack is your defense. Enemies are so busy fighting each other, being distracted by each other, trying to fight for that position in the ring. We all know you guys are collectively pushing towards that end game circle, pushing towards that last ring. If you don't have a recon legend, you have to get that circle. So it's about making your fight towards that circle much easier, and that involves picking off your enemies. That's actually what this clip turned out to be. Next up, we have, why so many dang fences, bro? How many fences does Wattson need to put down? That is not a legit question. You can only place at about 9 nodes at a time, but in this scenario, the more pressure, the better. What do these fences do? It keeps the fight away from you. It slows down your enemy instinct and pressure. They automatically have to think twice about how they want to push you. It also is considered as a safety net for you and your team, guys. Notice in this clip, Crypto is so comfortable taking out his recon drone. We are out in the open. He can get shot at any moment, any second. He is so comfortable getting that recon information that we need, trying to send off those EMPs that we need because he is in a safety net of electrical fences. Even if he does get shot, it's going to be an alert. It's going to take him out of his drone, and those enemies are going to have to push through all of those defenses just to get to me and Crypto. It's about applying that safety net and that comfortability for your team. Intertwining your fences. Another thing that we see here that allowed me to get creative in this scenario. Now, if you're looking at this scenario, I didn't think we were going to go on to win this match because Wattson is not such a great legend to wield when you're out in the open. And so in this scenario, you have to compensate by intertwining your fences. Why? We'll say a teammate gets knocked. It's as simple as this. They have to shoot out multiple lines of defenses to actually reach you. So if your teammates cross to safety, you're looking at buying yourself more time, all the better to go ahead and get a successful revive off and get back in the fight. And now for the last factor I would like to review in this play, overextending with caution. This is kind of talking in code here. Wattson has a beautiful perimeter security set up here. We see all the fences, we have multiple interception pylons, multiple ultimate accelerants to keep us going, to keep us protected and safe here. But as I said, if we can go back to the first factor of this video, the type of end game scenario that you are in, we are in type 2. Like I said, we have to pick off our enemies. We're out in the open, we have to get to the circle just as much as all of the other squads now. So with overextending with caution, it allows you to be a bit riskier for that KP and that RP. Unfortunately, this was not one of those slow games where we did not run into any enemy teams for the duration of the game. We ran into quite a few, but if you were in one of those scenarios where it was a slow game and now you were seeing all the action, having her electrical fences out, it allows me to push out and pick off the enemies that I need, all while going back to my safety net. It's a nice tactic for drawing your enemies closer to you in that case as well. Overextending with caution, if she has her safety net, it's all about pushing out and pushing back in at the right timing. You don't want to get knocked away from your fences. Wattson is the only character that actually has to capitalize off of her electrical fences. Most of the time when Wattson does get someone caught in her trap, she's never really there to capitalize off of it and to fully put them down. And guys, that is all I have for today, episode 2 of Review That Play Wattson edition. I have another one coming up here in just a couple days as soon as I can get that editing done and all finished up. And I believe it's going to be on Lifeline, the combat medic herself. I hear she is the counter to the Rev Octane push madness that's happening right now in the Apex games. But hey man, we'll have to see. Once again, I appreciate you guys for tapping into episode 2. Do not forget to drop a like on today's video for my like goal of 15 likes. I appreciate you guys so much. If you are new around the channel, do consider subscribing. And until then, my peeps, I will see you in the next Apex Legends video, in the next Apex Legends live stream, and of course, always in the Apex Legends arena. Peace.
I can feel the world getting farther. Every year the stars get darker.